an extra stream, and it looks like we're looking good now on YouTube. So let's hit the preview button.
Don't worry, friends on YouTube. We
Can't
will be
go
there.
without YouTube.
I don't
There
know what
we go.
happened.
It says streaming health is good to me. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna start streaming. All right, Mike. We should be good to go.
So Mike couldn't hear my answer.
All right, here we go. Let's get started, and we'll answer Mike's question. Hi, everybody. Welcome to StreamGeeks Live. We're live every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.
We've got an exciting week this week as it is our first ever StreamGeeks Summit. There are a few tickets left if you'd like to attend in person. Otherwise, we're pumped to share the virtual experience with you.
That's right. So we are now live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I have to ask, Michael, why do you look so confused? I can see it live right here on YouTube. I just can't see it at all. Okay. It looks like we're good to go. So it might be the wrong link. Maybe that's why. Something is goofy with the way that we set this up.
It should be the same link always when you do the custom RTMP to YouTube. The key is different.
The actual page is, I think, wrong or something. Me and Mike might be looking at two different pages.
Well, we're going to have to scrap the YouTube stream then. Okay. Luckily, we have about 4 other platforms that you could be watching live on. So we apologize for the troubles if you're trying to access via the YouTube stream.
All right. So I guess what we should probably do really quickly is just check your link that you sent out to YouTube and at least share the link with them. So I'll do that for everyone that's waiting on YouTube, and then we'll be good. I don't know what happened. Now we're live on the wrong page.
What are you talking about?
Okay. So I'm just letting. There's 11 people waiting on YouTube. I'm just going to tell them that we're.
So where are we live now? PTZ Optics?
No, just I don't know. It's just the wrong link. It's the wrong page.
This is a weird little scenario, but we'll have to do some research after this and figure out exactly what happened.
Okay.
A little cryptic at this point.
All right. Now YouTube is fixed. I got my YouTube shirt on. I got this, okay?
So we had to be live on YouTube.
All right. So now that we're live on all the different platforms, sorry for that hiccup. Hopefully that won't happen at the summit.
Yep.
We'll get all of our keys correct when we go to the live on the summit. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do today is what we always do, and we're going to say all this and more coming up next, okay? How about that? All this and more will be coming up next. All right, everybody. Today we are talking about the StreamGeeks Summit Live. I want to share it on the big screen really quickly to show everybody. I made some updates to this. I want everyone to kind of, one of the things that I've learned about doing a summit, and of course we haven't fully done it yet, is that it takes about at least 10 to 12 people, not to mention all the hired people to help us to pull something like of this magnitude off. So one of the most important things when you're working with lots of people on a bigger team is communication. And this 3D drawing, I think, has done wonders for showing our team
demonstrating
kind of where the chairs are, where the stream is, what we're planning. Because this is all in our heads, but when we need to show, the 8 other team members who are coming with us, what's going on, this has been super helpful. So you can see the stage there. We've got 4 director chairs and a podium there, and those all have microphones, and all of those microphones go back to the house audio system. But they're also captured for our stream, and this gives you kind of a view. This will be the view test.
Wow.
Is that scary to think that you'll be in front of that many people?
Well, normally it's just a few people, 3 people in the room when we're presenting, so this will be an interesting experience. a little bit more than our NAB audience as well.
Yeah, we did get a chance to present in front of, let's call it 50.
Yeah.
At NAB, and that was a little scary.
Even that was scary, but at least, I don't know, it's just our crew at this,
Now there's another portion of the show, which is our Esports Streaming area, which is this. And Tess, you'll actually be broadcasting. Let's see here. Get a good picture of it. Okay, this is the main streaming area. Sorry about that. I think it's this one here. Oh, nope. That's over to the esports streaming area. There's the
my
webcam.
goodness. You know what? We need to submit a request to Google SketchUp to be able to change the name of the scenes.
Yeah,
you can.
I agree.
That would be good.
Yeah, because it's like, which one is which here? But this broadcast table over here, Tess, at 11 o'clock is where you'll be doing a play-by-play announcer for Rocket League. You ready for this?
Well, I was told I was moderating a chat, but
no, so luckily this is going to be a completely student-run broadcast except for Tess. And Tess, you'll be doing maybe the Twitch moderation.
Okay.
And there's a student from Hofstra University. His name's Derek, who is on camera experience.
Great.
And also play-by-play experience with Rocket League.
Well, that's going to be fun. I'm certainly down for anything. Put me in, coach.
Now, I think we're going to scrap the arcade machine. It's too much to bring.
Yeah.
We've only got 2 trucks.
We're in the midst of actually packing for this right now. So, we're finding those pain points, I think.
It was a fun idea.
Mhm.
I still love that idea. We have 2 behind-the-scenes cameras. Here's one camera here, and that camera's kind of cool.
What is going on with you during these live shows lately?
Sorry.
I think it must be the air in the room or something. It's dry.
Yeah.
Every time we're live, then you're
I'm getting a little scared.
again? I think that there might be something going on with my mic. Because I always got hair everywhere.
And then here's the workshop area. Here is... Now, did you notice? Oh, other workshop. This is the press room. Did you notice I put these little standing tables here?
Excellent. We are going to have some standing tables.
So there's 6 bar height tables there for lunch. And then, of course, the workshop room and the press room can be used for tables for lunch as well.
Wonderful.
All right. So that gives everyone a little look at the 3D layout of our summit. I want to show this really quickly from the overhead camera. I've printed out like 5 of these. So I can at least have our main streaming operator, John Mahoney from the Streaming Alchemy Show.
Thank you.
He'll have one of these. Our student broadcast operator operating the Wirecast gear will have one of these. And then, Mike, can you show this from the ceiling cam? And then who else will have one? I'll have one, and our esports manager, Todd Conley, will have one of these. So basically, it shows every device, where they are, and the IP address of the device, and then a couple of notes. Who should be controlling this PTZ camera? What is it connected to? And what is it for? So for the TriCaster TC1 that you guys saw, we've got 3 cameras connected all via SDI, but they also have all the IP addresses that the operator will need for control, and then the NDI friendly names, which will show up for, where are they? Center stage, right stage, left stage. So this is just a really nice thing to have. We also have our IP joystick, our TriCaster TC1, our Wirecast gear, our Observer PC, which is used as a client with Rocket League so that you can kind of show what's going on inside the game. I'm striking one of these off because I don't think we can bring that big.
I love the live planning.
Yeah, we can't bring that one big arcade. As much as I want to,
Mhm.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, we gotta, choose our battles wisely.
Now, down here we have DHCP, and what that means is our network will assign IP addresses for these devices. All 6 of these computers are coming from Helix Esports. Thank you, Helix Esports. We don't have those computers, so I can't set static IP addresses on them.
But at least we don't have to pack them.
It's nice. Now, I also have just a little overlay, just kind of like a high-level look at what's going on so that everyone has that. Then we have some information about the network. So we have the Wi-Fi Uh-oh, everyone's getting our Wi-Fi password. The Wi-Fi name and password, some information about the IP range of the network, the reserved static IP addresses, the available IP addresses, and the DHCP range, and then also the gateway, submask, etc. So something to think about when you're streaming a big event like this. We've got literally 3 different live streaming systems all connected together, and that kind of brings everybody together. So when you have this whole world of IP video production bringing multiple streams together, this is really important.
Sure.
All right, Mike, I'm ready to do my mini
What are we doing?
keynote. I'm going to do a mini keynote.
Okay.
Not really a keynote, but I want to practice what I'm going to get up on stage and say at 8:45.
Well, I'm ready.
On Friday.
I'll be taking notes.
All right. I won't be giving away too much.
Yes.
Because this is the
Save
first
the
time
meat of
I've
it.
ever tried.
Don't let me forget to go over Mike's question at the end, okay?
Okay. All right. So I'd like to show everyone knows what a technology adoption life cycle is, and there's a well-known bell curve that starts with the early innovators. The innovators, there's not many of them, but they're at the beginning of this technology adoption life cycle. Then we have the early adopters. That's sort of where I feel like we are today. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to pose this question to the audience. Please let us know in the chat, by the way, where you think we are. And then you get to the early majority. And this is when like everyone's doing it. I'm not talking about just your cool friends that are your age. I'm talking about your grandma's doing it, right? Your your tech savvy friends are doing it. Well, maybe grandma would be in the late majority.
Yeah, but if it was just as normal as using Instagram or something
But
like
exactly, like the early majority would be Instagram.
Sure.
Right now. Like there's Instagram's still growing, YouTube's still growing. That's still early majority. It's not like it's done growing. And then my question to everyone is, where do you guys think we are? All of these 200 people who've come to New York City, taken a day out of their time, traveled from Canada, traveled from all across the world to be in New York City for the StreamGeeks Summit. I would say you guys are early adopters. And what does that mean? How can we apply the fact that we have the first mover advantage? The fact that we're early adopters, how do we take that idea and that motivation and the innovation and get real world results? One is obviously networking. And so when you come to an event like this and there's 200 like-minded individuals in the room, maybe something's not going to happen tomorrow. It might be 4 years from now, but you're going to forge connections with people who you've met face to face, you've had in-depth conversations with, and those will spark real world movements and results. Now, I want to share a look at the world's most popular websites.
This was really interesting.
Okay, so this starts, and by the way, this is from Data is Beautiful. This is their YouTube channel. I've asked them if it's okay for me to use this, but I definitely want to plug them and share a link below. But we're looking back 20 years, okay? It's 2019. We're about to go to 2020. This is 1997, okay? I mean, I was 12 years old, okay? But I have to say that I did use GeoCities, which will come up here soon. It's not up there yet. But does anybody remember AOL? I remember the CDs. They were sending out CDs like crazy.
I was so on AIM with all my...
You remember AOL, Instant Messenger. I barely remember MSN, but I do remember Yahoo. And
Hotmail.
You remember Hotmail? Okay, so you had Hotmail. I remember eBay. eBay was kind of hot back in the day. I didn't use Amazon, but anyone who was in college who wanted to buy and sell books
was using
Amazon.
On there?
It wasn't huge. It was just books back then. You can see, look, Amazon's only 5 on the list. I remember Excite for some reason. I think my dad had like an Excite email address.
Oh, and look.
But it's gone now.
Look what we've got popping up here.
And Yahoo starts to get interesting. I don't know if anybody remembered Yahoo, but Yahoo had a really cool homepage. Do you remember? It was like the news of the internet. Ask Jeeves is on there? Okay. Yeah, I remember Ask Jeeves. Remember there was like a little butler on there? Now, I'm still tweaking this keynote, by the way. I think I might need to speed this up a hair because I want to get to my point soon. but it's still.
And I keep interrupting you.
No,
and talking.
no. Trust me, it's totally fine. I think I actually would like to have maybe have you up there on stage, and I think it's funny to have the banter about the different websites, maybe.
Yeah.
But AOL, look how quickly things can change and how disruptive this world is. And over the next 20 years, one of the things you're going to see is how ridiculously powerful Google becomes over the next 20 years. And it really shows how attention is power. These are not dollars. These are not acres of land. They're not even humans. These are, I believe they're just visits. They're website visits.
Right.
Right. So it's just eyeballs on a screen.
Well, we've got our first social network.
And our first social network jumps in. That's MySpace. You remember MySpace?
Yes, I had my
now,
top 7.
There was no live streaming on
top
MySpace
6.
in 2005.
No.
I will tell you that. There was no MySpace. MySpace was just a place where you had like your top 7 friends.
Do you remember what your song was?
No, I don't. Do you?
One of mine was, "My life is like a roller coaster, baby, baby." Remember that song?
I remember
having that. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. And now see, Google, by 2016, Google takes the lead with 7 billion visits as the most popular site. Yahoo's still strong though. AOL starting to lose steam. And look at Facebook starting to gather steam. And Facebook was only launched in what? Do you know?
Well, it just popped up here in like 2006.
Yeah, I think 2004 was a launch, and look at it go. I mean, it's now look at this. Yahoo back fighting against Google. That doesn't last long. I've seen this video like 3 times, but Yahoo does make a run for it in 2009. And my point with this whole thing, and it will become obvious as 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 come. I think what's obvious to me now is that you need to speed this up probably a minute or two because I want to get to my point soon and I
You're
can't.
getting some
Oh, good. What are the comments?
Well, I think people are reminiscing with us. Chad, hold on. Chad says, "I still have Hotmail and Yahoo email addresses." Nice. And PA Penn says, "My wife just gave up her AOL account."
That's funny. And look at, so Google's really obviously so now here we're getting into the last decade, and we really are about to end a decade. We're like a month and a half away from ending a decade.
That's wild.
And 2020 will begin. And that's sort of the backdrop, I think, of, I would imagine Jeffrey Cologne's keynote speech will be about. And then, so now here we are by 2012. And it's amazing that, live streaming is only a part of this really, but Google, Facebook, and YouTube dominate for the next basically almost 10 years, but 8 years definitely.
And so what's this telling us then?
So if this is where all the attention is going, and it just continues like this, Google actually gets more dominant. Facebook and YouTube kind of become, secondary to Google in many ways over the years.
It makes it look like they decrease, but Google has just surpassed everybody else so far that the difference between them is just gets crazy.
Yeah, they're all increasing, but the speed at which Google increases in these last couple of years is insane. So the point is that all of these platforms are, optimizing for video. All of these platforms now have live streaming as a way to communicate, and it's disruptive. And it really brings your message to the world direct to your audience, as opposed to, through all these, like, do you see the New York Times up there? Do you see any newspapers up there?
No,
do you see any cable channels up there? Do you see any, traditional media channels up there? No. You see social media, and you see massive, websites,
search engines.
So getting online, and of course, I think Michael's laughing because he sees Pornhub there. They're obviously there, and
it's interesting that is made the top of the list. What is that saying about us?
I know. Jeez, but this. I hope this is a good idea for a keynote, but I wanted to put this, and it's not a keynote. It's really I just really wanted to set the stage and say, look at this. Look at YouTube. Look at Facebook. Look at Google.
It tells us where we need to be headed and putting our marketing efforts. That's for sure.
And so Data is Beautiful is that website that created that. I really enjoy it. I'm gonna speed it down. I'm gonna make it shorter.
Just so you know how long that you have to talk. People want to know where they can find that videograph online.
Data is Beautiful, the
Data is-
YouTube channel.
Okay.
And so the guy's really nice. He's very friendly about sharing his video if you want to check it out. So that's my idea for kind of setting the stage. And then obviously the Facebook Live panel will start after that. So that's my idea. I hope it pans out nicely.
Mike, to answer your question from the beginning of the show, and I'm sure some of you are wondering if you have signed up for a virtual feed, a virtual ticket to the summit. For the free version, you will get an email if you've submitted your email to us through various ways to sign up for viewing that. You'll get an email the day of the show. We're going to go live around 8 or 8:45 Eastern Standard Time a.m. on Friday morning. So stay tuned for that link, just like you do these live shows that you're seeing now. If you've purchased the premium virtual ticket, that does include recorded versions of the workshops, which is not going to be public on the free panel that we are streaming. So the workshops are going to be recorded, distributed to you the following weeks after the summit itself. Hope that helps.
So we got some final questions. Now is your chance. If you have any questions about the summit, please ask us. Interestingly enough, we had a new sponsor come in. And of course, we're going to thank all the sponsors at the summit. But a new one called Zeotag has jumped in. And I told them, I was like, we don't have a lot of space for sponsors. We already have 12 sponsors. I can't help you guys get on that. All the panels are booked. All the workshops are sold out. The whole summit is sold out. But I went back and forth with Zeotag, and they said, look, can we just come and show our product working with the live stream? And what they're going to do, it's really cool, is they are going to sit down next to this TriCaster operator. All right, there's enough space for them. They're just going to put a laptop on the table, and their service will take the live stream from either YouTube or Facebook, and it automatically transcribes everything in like almost like a chat window next to the video. You can tag everything. So you can say this part's about this part's about that. And then the entire thing becomes searchable. And it actually increases SEO for Google. So one of the things that I think we've done really well is we didn't just dive all in. Maybe I'm going to try to work this into the keynote part too, or the presentation, is that we never just dove right in and just live streamed every day. We found a way to create good live streams that do the authentic engaging communication and question answering with our audience. But then we also found a way to take pieces and make digestible videos. And then we still wrote the blog post. We didn't stop blogging. We just made the videos part of our Google SEO overall plan.
Now, is this search material going to be available in the YouTube description afterwards, or how will people be able to use that service?
It's like a plugin for your website. So it goes onto your website, and then all of that, everything that's said in that live stream and all the tags and everything becomes searchable by Google.
Okay, you would embed it on a website underneath your video.
And so I'm like just so all for that, because you look at that page, you see Google massive, Facebook big, YouTube big, everything else tiny in comparison. Obviously, the YouTube and the Facebook, we're streaming both places at the same time right now. That's great. But how do you take the videos that you're creating and then include them in a blog post, link them together, create topic clusters, use the YouTube traffic to deliver them to your website to boost your Google Analytics, things of that nature? Tying it all together is where you're really going to see the success. So that's going to be where I kind of want to like leave the crowd and be like, tying it all together, I think is the takeaway.
Getting us all pumped and ready, which I am. I'm excited.
So that's it, guys. That's our show. If you have any other questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you on Friday. Please join us for our very first StreamGeeks Summit, either online or in person.
Remember, the virtual feed of the panels is free. We'll be streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And there are, I believe, like 2 passes left if you want to come as an attendee. So